Hello, Mr. Rice. My name is Russell Gregory, and I'm sending in my oral presentation to you. It's on power wheelchair soccer. It's just a sport that I play as a hobby in my spare time, and I've been doing it about 4 years now. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. All right, let's get started. Power soccer is pretty much the first competitive team sport designed and developed specifically for wheelchair users, more specifically for power wheelchair users. It's pretty much for athletes that have certain conditions or disabilities. A few of them are quadriplegia, which is my condition. There's also for multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, cerebral palsy, any type of head trauma, stroke victims, and spinal cord injury victims. Power soccer is always played indoors on a basketball court. We have, in order to prevent injury, we put these metal guards around our feet, and it also enables us to dribble the ball to where it doesn't actually touch our feet directly. Many of the rules in power soccer are the same as in professional soccer, but there are some that differ. Power soccer is not really widely known to the general public unless we do advertising through newspaper or just door to door. It is actually the fastest growing sport for power wheelchair users also. Let me tell you a little bit about the history of it, where it came from, and where it's headed. Power wheelchair was originally developed in France in the early 70s, and it wasn't introduced to USA until the late 80s. But since then, many countries have created their own version of the sport, which actually led to an international meeting in Paris, France in 2005. It was the vision of 6 countries that attended this meeting to create an international organization and unify the vision for international competition. The international organization, known as FIFA, FIFA, was born in 2005. This development led to the formal organization of the United States Power Soccer Association in 2006. During the late 70s, some imaginative teachers in France created a form of soccer suited to the abilities of students with severe disabilities who used power wheelchairs. Over the years, French power chair football went through many adaptations and adjustments and grew into a highly competitive sport with more than 35 teams in 2 different divisions and many tournaments leading up to a national championship. In 1988, power soccer was imported to the USA by a disabled sports program founded by the university students in Berkeley, California. Power soccer differed from power chair football in France, as it allowed picking and screening, had no speed limit to your chair, used a very big ball, and did not allow backing up of your wheelchairs. The Japanese were also concurrently developing the sport to fit their needs, and their version of the sport was actually adopted by England. In 2004, a U.S. power soccer coach visited Belgium on vacation and discovered the European form of the game. He then made contact with the director of power chair football in France. Their discussions led to the idea of developing power soccer into a international sport. In October of 2005, representatives from the same 7 countries met. Teams from France, Japan, England, and the USA demonstrated their rules and styles of play to the rest of the delegations. Long discussions resulted in a unanimous decision to use the English rules as the basis for international laws of the game. In 2006, teams from Canada, Denmark, England, France, Japan, and the US met in Atlanta, Georgia. At the end of these meetings, the laws of the game were adopted, the Constitution was ratified, the name was changed, and the international governing body, FIFA, was formally established with headquarters in Paris, France. During the same period, a dictated group of people was working to form the organization that would govern power soccer in the USA. Their work focused on the writing of a constitution. Following the adoption of the Constitution, the elections in August of 2006, the President Dominic Russo brought the dream to life, and the United States Power Soccer Association, also known as USPSA, was born. The USPSA became a legal entity in October 2006 and was granted 501c3 nonprofit status and began to raise money to fund the sport in the U.S. From the start of the sport, the competition has been split into 2 divisions, Division 1 and Division 2, with Division 1 being the more dominant of the 2 divisions, with better teams. Sort of like with AAA and going pro in baseball. There is a restructure of competition starting this season. The USPSA is doing away with the familiar Division 1 and Division 2 system and adopting a new conference format. The new conferences will be created based upon each team's finishing position. Teams were seeded by their finishing position in the 2009 national tournament and overall record for the season. For example, the top 10 teams that register for conference play will be in the first conference. The rest of the teams who register will be placed in the next conference until all teams have been assigned a spot in a conference. Once the new conferences are created, each team is required to play at least 12 games in order to qualify for the Conference Cup. Instead of the traditional national tournament, each conference holds a Conference Cup tournament to determine a conference champion. The tournaments are held at the end of the season starting in June, with all Conference Cup championships will be completed by July of 31st. There are actually 39 teams located within the U.S. alone. The team that I play for is called the North Georgia Screaming Eagles, and we are located out of Gainesville, Georgia. 4 years ago, I started with the team. When I first started with the team, they had never been to a national tournament. The first season I played, we placed 3rd at the regional tournament. The second season I played with the team, we won our regional tournament and placed 6th at the national tournament. Last season, we ranked 5th in the nation, so we are only getting better each year. You must place at least 3rd in a regional tournament to be invited to a national tournament. So therefore, our team is really good. So I'm going to show you a couple props. This is our team jersey that we wear. And bear with me, it's hard for me to hold things with my hands because they don't work very well. So this is the front of our jersey, the North Georgia Screaming Eagles. I actually helped design the logo on the front. And show you the back here. This is the back. I am lucky number 11, which brings me lots of luck. We do pretty good, I think, as a team. And these are a couple of medals. This is actually a medal from our regional tournament. Hope you can read that okay. And this is a first place medal from the Georgia Disability Games. I was very proud of that one. But anyway, well, that is my presentation, and I hope that it was very informative and it was clear enough with all the information. So I hope you enjoyed and you have a wonderful night. And I'm going to send you a few links also with this presentation so you can see firsthand how we play the games. So have a wonderful night and enjoy.